Alright, so we're going to talk about Impulse of the Jade Serpent plus 23 in specific. This is a tyrannical week. I think it's going to reflect the dungeon a bit more, since most people have been wondering about the third boss specifically. There's a couple of things you want to think about when doing this dungeon. That is what comps you've got. There is benefits to a few classes which you otherwise won't notice too much or care about too much. But specific things such as a curse dispel, which druids or priests, no, druids or shamans have, sorry, is very valuable. A dispeller such as mass dispel or a warlock which can use his imp to dispel along with the healer is very valuable as well. So you might wanna consider getting one of those. The priest can also dispel the debuff from this elemental's AoE. We're starting left because it's a shorter run that way and I feel like you save more time. We're also shrouding on the right side, so these fallen water speakers are doing two things. They hydro lens and they do an AoE bubble burst, whatever it's called. You want to make sure to kick the bubble burst at least, because that's a massive AoE damage on everyone. Corrupt living water is also doing two things. One AoE that leaves a rather slightly nasty debuff on your entire group. Together with the smallies doing their constant AoE splash damage, it gets quite deadly. What I've done here is I've said that I'll solo star and then they do orange, because it should be more than fine. Like with just one kick here or there, you'd be able to solo it. But I've also got everything ready, right? And I do miss one there, and I always let cast through on myself. I don't feel like it's worth trying to kick those. Not really too much to consider here. You really wanna not go too fast. What you want to do on this boss is you want to have reflect up when pulling it, because yeah, an automatic reflect, and at this key level it's almost 250k damage per reflect. And from every cast, we're also playing this key on Discord, so every cast I am telling people to kick or I reflect. And I'm clowning a bit with getting hit by this shit, because sometimes I just lose my head. But this boss is really just tank and spank, move around. Watch out to not move out of melee range, because he might attack someone else and they're fucking dead if he does. And with what excess you move out, make sure to be topped. Eventually there's probably going to be a key level where you have to use a defensive for it. Or you should still, I mean, why the hell not? We're just going to fast forward this boss, because it's really whatever. Just try to not get hit, waste CRs here or anything like that. Go. I'm running past. I'm shrouding here to skip the two pandas because they are deadly, especially on fucking fortified week. Taking the Shaw, and I've assigned a rogue to kick every pair of the Shaws and also try to stun the gaze. In case there is two, I try to get the other one, and I might be fucking up the talking fisher. No, I'm not. I'm not even. I have also been considering pulling the next pack with this, not just that guy, the entire next pack, bird and everything. But nothing else, just coordinate kicks here. The small shots explode, so you kind of want to try to kill one faster than everything else, and then just you can freely cleave down the rest. The Haunting Shawgaze is magical, so magical reduction, spell block or anything like that works against it. The fear is horrible, make sure to kick it or you're probably wiping, or at least you'll probably die, unless you're running luckily. The bird does a bleed on you. You can remove it with stone form or your evoker healer, or if you have a bop or something. I would really not go into the next pull with the bleed on me. Oh. Be careful of that. It also does this AoE shit thingy. Oh, you should move out of that. You can just jump away. What, from the bleed? Fair enough. Damage loss though. The Golden Beetle, you want to stun him. It does two abilities. One that is reducing your maximum health by 10% per stack. Also does something else, but I can't remember. It's damage dealt or something. It also does Golden Barrier, which is a massive AoE on the entire party. So you want to try to stun every single cast of that. Usually I try to shield charge the first one, then Stormbolt, then Shockwave, and then you can Fear still, and then you can have to rely on someone else. The Crybaby Hosen on Tyrannical Weeks, I feel like it's fine to let the cast through. That means that you don't have to dodge tears. We're switching this boss at 6 or 7 stacks, can't remember, but usually you just have to agree on a certain amount of stacks that you want to switch to the other one. You want to reflect Agony. As you can see, when you're on the left guy, when you're outranging Peril, which is the right guy, he's going to cast Agony as well, and you can time this be simultaneous. Actually not sure if it even increases the damage you deal to them. We're actually rolling this a bit as well. I don't know if it's the Starfire that keeps on giving stacks. It's not giving stacks now though, but we are going to put it to immunity by mistake and keep on immuning by. As you can see, we've got an insane timer this far, so we're pretty good. Just switch it 8 ideally, but now we fucked up and we're gonna fuck up on this one as well. Just keep on rotating defensive. Spell lock works here. Shield walls, reflect on CD is what I usually do rather than try to time it. Reflect on CD. But after the tunings, this boss is really more than playable. I think we were trying to keep the damage buff on the druid mostly here. Kind of want to coordinate who would get the most damage benefit from it. It's really whatever. It's a pretty free boss now. Kind of fun even. Here we are pulling the Infestor with the patrol pack, and you can pull them from over here. But you have to be ready to move to kick, because it's not a loss all the entire way. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he did his curse from there. And, a bit messy, but just try to pick him up. Get him. I'm sorry about the quality, I'm not sure the quality is that great. Here we are focusing the Mistweaver. But we do have a curse dispel, so it's quite fine, but since it's gonna die first anyway, since it's a Sanjian week, you might struggle with picking up ads here. I try to, if there's one ad lose, after doing, usually you have 2 ads spawning beneath you, so you'll probably get those, tread on those quite easily with Thunderclap. Then I usually try to taunt one from the range, then maybe I kill Sam another one, I don't know. But if it's one free, just stun it or something and then taunt it on the next taunt. Here again, I'm trying to go a bit slower from the start. Let the healer drink up, I think, but it's not drinking. It's actually a pretty good healer. We're pulling the mini boss in once I feel comfortable with everything. Because these fucking minions hurt. This is a painful combo, especially with the reduced bleed of reduced healing received from the guardians as well. Doesn't do much damage, but reduced healing makes it a bit naughty. Also, you don't really want to take the mini boss with this, because every single time I've done it this week, on a Senju week that is, every single time I've had mobs beneath him when he's, mobs that die beneath him and leave Sanjian for him to heal on. Not too bad now, but it was still some. I think it's way easier to take the patrol. We're also gonna end up going rather ridiculously big here, I think. But our timer is not that great. Oh well, it happened again. Yeah. So I think it's better to take the patrol than to chain this with something else, like with one single mob or something, not 3 things that you have to rotate back and into. Like the Guardian does his AoE that you have to move out of, and then you have to go in to kick the Mistweaver, and then you're not really sure when you want to be in melee to reflect the claw or not. We're just chilling here and we're chaining. Well, we go left side pack now, which doesn't really matter in which order you do this. With this pack you can easily chain the right side pack, but we're waiting for the patrol since we didn't get them earlier. I'm using shield wall now to begin with, and then I'll probably spell block a bit later, at least I hope so. And saving shockwave for whenever something lines up like that. Like the screams is the most important things that has to be interrupted here. Here, office. And we just chain this and it's alright. It's gonna hurt a bit, but I've got spell block running. Spell block is fucking magical here. No joke. That is tight. I'm gonna hold pot, I think, after this. How did I not die there? I wondered that as well. Ah. What? I stopped it with fear. Getting that? No, I had reflect up for it. I did reflect it. I'm alright, Ralphus. How are you? But we were going a bit balls here. I didn't actually have to health pot there. I just reflected. And surprisingly how the evoker says she doesn't need mana for the boss, even if she's off. So she actually seems to play quite well. And we managed the boss nicely. The way I'm going to rotate this is during the first phase. I'm just going to mitigate with spell effect and death stance, nothing else. The second phase I am going to shield wall first, spell block second and third, and shield wall fourth. And based off of RNG things, I'm going to use other extra things, such as Demo Shout, Spell Effect and other things. Impending Victory and... I'm not sure if I'm doing another key. I'm just talking about this right now. I would like to, but I'm not sure. Quality seems horrible actually. So now is the interesting phase coming, and you Kinda want to pray that your group has saved CDs for it. It's also a bit lucky with the 1% extra, I think. The first one is going to be Shield Wall, Spell Block. No, Shield Wall, Demo Show. Sorry, not even Spell Reflect. I'm going in and I'm probably impending victory. Yep. And then we're fine. Next one is Spell Block, Spell Effect. I think. If I'm looking at my CDs, they should be. I failed that. I failed that horribly. So I used... Yeah, I didn't Spell Block. For whatever reason, I probably panicked, Spell Reflected. Probably because the guy died, right? But next one is Spell Block then, and nothing else. But I have an Outburst proc, which is great, and I used my Decoration of Flame Trinket. I'm going to Demo Shot already, which is a bit bad, but I was so low. Or I wasn't low though, but you know, kind of scared of my life here. Spell Effect together with Spell Block. And we rallied. And we are getting up Shield Wall for next. So we should be fine again. Use Trinkets, I Shield Wall, and that's all I have. Impending victory when I get back. I tried to get it there, but I moved out of range. So. We should face it. No, but I had Demo Shout and Spell Effect, which is almost enough. Nobody else helped with healing either, which is kind of weird. Well, the monk a bit, I guess, but probably most on himself. On this part of the boss, you just dodge frontals and the ground effect as well. Ground puddle. Alright, this is just simple. What we're doing here next is we're double pulling, and I am calling that I will take the water speaker, and I'm just looking. I'm taking water speaker. I think I had monk take one Mistweaver and rogue the other. I'm just looking at casts if they can go through or not at the time being, and then I do not pay too much attention to stopping it in any way. Rather just save it up if it's fine that it goes through. Like if it's for me, for example, it's fine that it goes through, or if it's on someone that's full health, it should be fine on a Tyrannical week. And this was good enough. And that is ridiculously fast compared to just playing this pack solo. You have CDs for that, you send it. Sad part is that you can't really chain right with left, because that's hard with the Mistweaver. You would probably CC the Mistweaver then, and try to rotate AoE stuns on this pack. What I'm doing for this last pack here, I'm telling the rogue to do star. I'm also chilling to get my reflect up and other things. But rogues focuses star and to everyone else in general too, I think. We want it dead, and we want to try to not to it's a big guy. What I'm doing from the start is, ideally, I would probably shockwave when the first guy does his claw to try to line them up, so I would reflect all three, or it would stop the cast either way, but I just reflected, then I shield wall for the second one because they can fucking hurt. What the fuck did I try to do here? I tried to shield wall, but I've used it already. It's coming now, and I'm not doing anything to stop it. AoE taunted dads, but I still want to get that one. I'm probably just going to single target taunt it. And now I've got Spellbook running, and you can see with Spellbook running, there's no fucking damage taken whatsoever. I'm pretty sure I use it right after this on the next cast. now. You can see the first claw, not gonna bounce my HP, and that's a double claw. That happened. 3 claws in 2 seconds and my HP barely spiked. So spell block is fucking huge. No, you can't spell effect the gaze. The claws you can spell effect though, pal. Now I'm just paying attention to not overlapping the dungeon onto the infestor. I'm also playing Intervene this key for one simple reason, and that is so the DPS will have a higher uptime on last boss adds. Because they have to die insta, like that's probably the hardest part about this dungeon. It's actually the last boss adds. Okay. I'm molesting now, even if we're saying something different. Oh well. We got plenty of time, so time is not the issue in this one. We're going monk stun first into my stun, and then I intervene. Intervene the monk because the rogue said he's got evasion for every single one. You might want to try to help your healer out as well, to just stun their ad. They can free heal everyone that needs it. So what we also have is, I said before we started the boss, that monk diffuses, and he's also dwarf, so you can diffuse and dwarf on CD, and the rogue can cloak on CD. Then we have an unfortunate thing happening with the druid real soon, taking the random 2-person AoE damage thingy twice. Well, first he's getting the debuff, I think, together with that. It might be now that he's dying. No, it's later on. And well, sadly it's the druid. So we have to use, I think the healer has NDCR. So she rests, and then he gets it again, and she rests again. I think he's dead now. Did he die earlier already? I'm not even. Oh, time dilation. Shouldn't have died there though, I feel like. Well, she's resting, and he gets the AoE, and he's dead. That's so fucking unfortunate, because that's random on 2 random people. And she's resting again, and we're fine. Well, adds in 10 seconds. We've got nothing really for these ads. Well, I've got a few things. Oh, we've actually got bone dust and touch. Bone dust and touch, so that's not true. Basically Kirby, yeah. I mean, verse is way more valuable than avoidance right now. And I'm asking the monk to save his CDs for the next ads. Because we've got 3.5 minutes left here. Got 3.5 minutes left, and we just gotta kill the next phase of ads, and then the boss is dead. As long as he saves, we should be fine. He should also die rather quick, but I'm not sure. You should also use her Zephyr, because the random 2-person thing should be here of effect. Oh, she did use it now. And we're getting ads. They're a bit spread out, but it should be alright. I'm going to shield charge the healer ones, I think. No, it's... You're not even sure who is who here. But at least one of the ranged. I used my intervene on probably Habu. And the boss should be dead. To make it clear which mob was doing the curses, it's the